Now let's try to understand what the slope coefficient actually means and how we can use the slope coefficient to gain more insight into how y will react to the x values. So the basic interpretation is the slope interpretation for slope is rise over run. So for 1 unit increase in x, how much will y increase? Okay, if it is a positively sloped, of course it will increase. If it is negatively sloped, it will go down. So for 1 unit of x, how much y will change? That is the meaning of the slope coefficient. So one thing you must keep in mind always is b, the slope coefficient b sub 1 is always in the same units as y, whatever y may be. If y is in millions of dollars, slope coefficient is in millions of dollars. If y is weight in ounces, slope coefficient b sub 1 is weight in ounces. So you must keep that in mind, then interpretation becomes a little easier. So let's go to the example in Excel file now. Okay. Now the slope coefficient in this case is 0.027069. Okay. Now remember, this slope coefficient is in the same units as y. And what is y? Y is price per gallon of unleaded gasoline. And x is price per barrel of crude oil 1 month prior. So a dollar increase in x going up by 1, a dollar increase in the crude oil price per barrel will result in the gasoline price next month to go up by $0.027 or 2.7 cents per gallon. That's our estimate. So that's how you understand. That's a basic understanding of what that slope coefficient means. So for 1 unit increase in x, y is estimated to increase by 0.027069. So which means 1 unit increase in x means a dollar increase in price of crude per barrel. So 1 month, for a given month, okay, that will result in the price of unleaded gasoline going up by 2.7069 cents per gallon 1 month later. Okay. Now we can build a confidence interval for this slope coefficient also. So we already have b sub 1 and s sub b sub 1 set up here. Okay. So that is b sub 1 and s sub b sub 1 is right there. Okay. Now suppose we want 95% confidence interval. So that's your confidence level 1 minus alpha. We type that in. And degrees of freedom for MSE, we again have that right here, or you can go back here. Degrees of freedom for MSE. Okay. Now to build a confidence interval, we need the t table value, on which we call t sub alpha over 2. So that is t dot inv dot 2t. And the probability is the alpha value. Alpha value is 1 minus the confidence. So you go 1 minus that confidence level. And then the next item is the degrees of freedom. So that's our t table value. Now we take that t and multiply by s sub b sub 1. That'll give us the margin of error. So then b sub 1 minus the margin of error gives you the lower limit, and b sub 1 plus margin of error will give us the upper limit. So which means that for a dollar increase in price per barrel of the crude oil, okay, the price of unleaded gasoline per gallon will increase a month later by anywhere between 2.6 and 2.8 cents. So this is in dollars. So 2.6 to 2.8 cents. Okay, that's the interpretation.